Good morning. I am so cold right now. Oh my god. I am so cold and it's like I don't know what time it is. It's like 5:30 cuz my alarm just went off and I've got to get up. I've got to get myself prepared to go out, but of course I have to do my little video first, and oh, I'm so cold. Oh, I'm so cold. I'm under two blankets and I'm freezing anyway. So, yeah. I hope you're doing well, my darling. So, this book, I wrote this. I don't know when I wrote this. Hang on, let's look inside. 2015. I wrote it in 2015, and that was a banner year. I seem to have written quite a few books in 2015. Sort of like 2020. 2020 was a very prolific year also. And, I don't sort of have, a lot of years like that where I write like 4 books in a year. But I think 2015 must have been one of those years. But anyway, okay, so let's read the introduction and see what I said here. Oh my gosh, it's holding the phone, staying warm. It's not easy. Okay, so introduction. I can scarcely ever discuss Sandra Bland's story without becoming a little bit emotional. I don't know what it is, but her death was a game changer, a eureka moment for me. It woke me up out of my reverie in a carefully constructed cave/wonderland/escapist colony I have been living in, and opened my eyes to the fact that our country, and perhaps our world, is in serious crisis in more ways than one. When I heard about Sandra's story, I finally had to admit to myself that something is seriously wrong in America with regard to some American citizens and their interactions with law enforcement throughout the country. These interactions are increasingly deadly for a certain group of the population. It is not that I had not heard of so many similar stories like Sandra's. After all, one can scarcely turn on the news or computer without being bombarded with yet another story. However, Sandra's story really resonated in a way that many others hadn't. Maybe it's because she looks like someone I could have known, whether as a friend, sibling, colleague, or neighbor. Indeed, if I may be so honest, she reminded me of myself. I thought, oh my God, if that could happen to her, it could happen to me. And it was an epiphany. This is where the music stopped for me, and I knew that I had to do something to be a part of the solution to what I perceive as a very grave problem. I could not continue to remain silent. We have to turn the page, so that's hard. Hold 2 seconds. I'm trying to stop the camera. That could take 5 minutes. Oh my God. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I can't stop the camera. Okay, so maybe the first 2 pages. So once upon a time, a little baby girl was born in Naperville, Illinois, to a woman named Geneva. Geneva named her bundle of joy Sandra and gave her the middle name Annette. But as the little girl grew, everybody called her Sandy. Sandy spent her first few years of life with her mother and sisters in Naperville, a beautiful city in Illinois that traces its roots back to a man named Joseph Napier, a European settler who arrived by schooner across the Great Lakes in 1831. She was a lucky little girl to be born in such a beautiful place. So let's jump to page 21, where this is a transcript of the interaction with the trooper that she encountered a few days before she was found dead in her cell in jail. So, trooper, you seem very irritated. Sandra Bland, I really am, because I feel like it's crap what I'm getting a ticket for. I was getting out of your way. You were speeding up, tailing me, so I moved over, and you stopped me. So yeah, I'm a little irritated. But that doesn't stop you from giving me a ticket, so... Trooper, are you done? Sandra, you asked me what was wrong, and I told you. Trooper, okay. Sandra, so now I'm done, yeah. Trooper, you mind putting out your cigarette, please? Sandra, I'm in my car. Why do I have to put out my cigarette? Trooper, well, you can step out now. Sandra, I don't have to step out of my car. Trooper, step out the car. Sandra, why am I... Trooper, step out the car. Sandra, no, you don't have to, you don't... Step out the car. Sandra, you do not have the right to do that. Yeah, I can imagine myself in this situation. You see, this is what got me with this case is like, I would protest if I felt like this is inappropriate. Like you don't have the right to do that, sir, right? Trooper, I do have the right. Step out or I will remove you. This is because the girl didn't signal correctly in a car. You see, this is why I don't drive in America. I don't drive in France. I'm terrified. Just stuff like this terrifies me about driving in black skin in the world, right? I'm terrified. And I shouldn't say black skin because my skin is brown. It is the color of chocolate. And that's another issue that needs to be dealt with. Anyway, Juan Gonzalez, who is that? That must be somebody else. As the dash cam video continues, the trooper escalates the situation when he threatens to light Sandra up. What does that even mean? Somebody's going to light me up. It really sounds terrifying, whatever it means, coming from a police officer in this context. Sandra, why am I being apprehended? You're trying to give me a ticket for failure. I said, get out the car. Can you imagine that? Sandra, why am I being apprehended? You just opened my door. I'm giving you a lawful order. I'm going to drag you out of there. Sandra, you opened my car door, so you're threatening to drag me out of my own car? Get out of the car. This woman failed to signal correctly, and she's being treated like an animal for failing to signal correctly. Sandra, and then you're going to assault me? Wow. I will light you up. Get out now. Sandra, wow. Trooper, get out the car. Really? For failing to signal? You're going to do all of this for a failure to signal? Get over there. Sandra, right. Yeah, let's take this to court. Let's do it. Poor Sandra. I mean, the notion of somehow a court is going to make this better. It's like, I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. It's just it's outrageous. It is outrageous that this man did this and that nothing happened. This woman was found dead in her cell. 3 days later, a healthy woman, younger than I am. And all that happened was she didn't signal correctly in her car, for heaven's sakes. And this all happens, and it's completely normal. I mean, a grand jury actually didn't even press charges in this case. I mean, I can't even continue this dialogue because it's going to be much too long for the video. But yeah, so this is the back of the book. And in it, I say, there comes a time. This is the song We Are the World. In one of my fantasies, I imagine a world where, especially in the United States, because these kinds of police incidences continue to happen in the United States. And it was after George Floyd's murder that I wrote They Were Not Slaves, as I said. And, in They Were Not Slaves, I really go very deep into this problem because this is more than just police brutality to me. This is a cultural issue that goes back hundreds of years in the United States. It goes all the way back to the unlawful enslavement of millions and millions of people who had done nothing wrong, who were effectively criminalized and incarcerated on their work sites, even though they had done nothing wrong. And Sandra Bland is one of their children, one of their descendants, who are not treated a lot differently, even today, in many instances. And I dream, Dr. King had a dream, and I have my own dream, that one day the children of the world in America, in Africa, in Europe in particular, will, and the Caribbean, of course, will one day stand together, the children, and sing this song, We Are the World, after the governments of these countries that set the ball in motion, that allows these kinds of violations to continue because they continue because many people just don't know any better. They don't know any better because they were taught to think of themselves in a certain way and to think of others in a certain way. And I try to explain it all in They Were Not Slaves. And to stop this kind of thing from happening, I think that the governments, these powerful governments, will have to go back and make some mea culpas. They'll have to go back and make some public statements, and they'll have to go back and take other action to help to create a new paradigm for the world and for the children of the world. And so I dream of this day where they actually do it. Perhaps they're even pressured by children, and they do it. They do it publicly. They make that declaration that what happened to these people and their families was wrong and unlawful, and that they are remorseful and that they're going to do X, Y, and Z to make up for it. And they're going to stop referring to these people as slaves, and they're going to stop referring to these people's children as descendants of slaves, and they're going to stop treating these people's children as descendants of slaves and treat them as equal human beings on this planet. And at that moment, I think they will have an immediate shift even in the overall environment in the world that they all say they want to make cleaner for everyone. But so I see the children of the world singing this song.